Hi everyone, welcome to the Come Up. It's just me, Oscar, today. Gio couldn't be here. And today I'm going to talk to you about a little something not directly money, but it's related. And that is Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So today's episode is a bit academic, but hang in there because I'm going to try to tie it together with some of the personal finance ideas that we've discussed. How do our needs and money meet? There are 5 steps to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and the idea is that you work your way from the bottom up in that order, and you need to fulfill one of the needs before you can address the others. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. So the first need is physiological needs, which is things like food, water, clothing for warmth, and rest, right? We need sleep. So we all need that. We all need this to survive, to live a healthy lifestyle. And I'm sure you've heard the saying before, if you have your health, you can attain the other things, learn the knowledge, work, get the money, and so on. Number 2 on the pyramid is safety. And so once you've got your food, water, the next thing is you need shelter, right? You need security. And not just from violence, but also job security, for example, to know that you're going to be able to have a way of providing for yourself and your family tomorrow. So here's where I'm going to start to tie it into the finance. Because with here, safety is where you start to have a housing expense, for example, and here food, right, is a basic need, but we can choose how much we spend on food, right? You can get some very basic groceries at the store, and you can do some cooking at home and save some money that way, but it takes time as well. Now, the third need on the pyramid here is belonging and love. So this is where friendships come in, family, community, circles that we belong to. I think of a tribe, from our early ancestors, how they needed to get together in order to fend off from creatures in the jungle that could be bigger than and faster than us humans and eat us, but working together, we can outsmart some of those creatures and survive. And so that's the power of this social part of the pyramid. And so these are different needs that we have, and here is where we sometimes can get into the wants, right? If we want to impress our friends or we want to impress our community, then that can lead to some spending that may not be frugal. Sometimes we want to have the newest iPhone, we want to have, a fancy car, fresh haircut every week. Speaking of which, I need to get mine soon. It's been over a month. Esteem is the 4th need, and this is the need for respect and appreciation. One story that I heard that comes to mind is about a study of doctors and the way that they treated their patients. I guess they must have recorded several doctors and analyzed the way that they spoke and perhaps verbal and nonverbal ways they treated their customers. And they found that if a customer felt disrespected, they were much more likely to sue that doctor than if they hadn't felt disrespected. That's regardless of how the doctor performed in their job, just taking into consideration the way that they treated them as human beings with respect. 5th, and at the top of the pyramid, is the self-actualization And this is essentially the idea of achieving one's full potential. And this is a lifelong goal. It's something that we continuously strive for, be it in a creative skill that you have, or in your job, or just pursuing morality as a human being. So the top two here I've labeled as growth. So how does Maslow's hierarchy of needs tie into finances? Okay, so the three biggest expenditures usually in a person's life are what? So housing, number one, right? So we can put that there under safety. What's another one? Car. Okay, that's another big one. That can go under, and this doesn't have to just fit in one category, but, safety, having the security of being able to make it to your job on time and keeping that job. What's the third one? Wedding, right? Or this one, you can put it wherever you like. Love, right? Community, friends. And the thing with all of these three that I just put up there is they don't have to be super expensive, right? When it comes to housing, rent, you can find, it's not always easy, but if you search hard, at least you can find relatively affordable housing, right? You don't have to go for the most luxurious unless you want to and you can afford it. And if so, great for you. Car, right? Maybe you can shop used, or at least if you're going to buy new, perhaps consider buying a fuel-efficient, reliable vehicle. For the wedding, that's another one where people can spend 20, 30, 40, 50,000, you name it. But, you can also try to be relatively frugal with that as well. My wife and I, we were able to have a wedding. I'm grateful for that. But we did our part to try to keep it small and try to keep the cost down. We researched like 3 to 5 different avenues, and we found one that worked out for us. And I'm going to add a few more now, to the list of 3. There's a fourth one, which is school loans. And where does this fit? I mean, this could fit under probably several different places, but I'm going to put it under Esteem, right? But it could also go under safety, because job security sometimes. But we go to school, we get an education, we get training, because we want to grow as a person, in addition to being able to make that money as well. So put it wherever you like. And then a fifth one that I'm going to add here is saving for retirement. Now, this one, we don't all have the luxury of being able to do this. I understand that. But if you do, chances are I'm going to put it up here with self-actualization, because it's part of you trying to think about your future and making sure that you're going to be okay when that time comes. That you're going to have enough to cover your medical expenditures, your bills, right? Because as we get old, our bodies, just like everything else, naturally, they deteriorate, and you might have illnesses that come up. If you have a family, same thing. I mean, I don't think anyone would want to be in a situation where they have an illness, or someone in their family has an illness, and they don't have the money to be able to help. Or maybe it takes all the money that you have, and so then you end up having to go back to work and come out of retirement. And I mean, that's fine if that's something that you're mentally prepared for. But you do what you can to try to save for a rainy day and to be prepared for those unexpected life events that will happen, right? Because we all know that's what happens in life. Surprises come. And you try to have a cushion set aside to help you with those things. Okay. I think that about covers it. My stickies are falling off the board, so I think that's time to call it a wrap. And thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's episode, hit the like, subscribe, comment, notification bell, all that good stuff.